the whole block, a guy driving a truck knocked down a whole bridge and the whole block, 4 lanes of the highway. We consecrated.
See, he's not senile. He's just turned on. You can't really tell the difference between the two sometimes. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. My name is Luke Rudowski here of wearechange.org, and there's a lot of absolutely strange, wild, and bewildering news out there, especially when it comes to the domestic situation, which is just utterly decaying in so many ways. But is there brighter things on the horizon as we have Klaus Schwab stepping down? Well, maybe. It depends, especially with what happens inside of Ukraine. We're going to be talking about that, plus all the latest developments happening right now on this independent media broadcast. If you like the shirt that I'm wearing, that if you know what's up, you're a real one, you can get it on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. My co-host is missing again. Atlas, thank you very much. For every share, Atlas gets one treat right here. One more. Come here. There you go. Good job. This is the clip that we played in the beginning of this broadcast. Looks like it was originally made by @TonyXTWO, and we, of course, will be looking for their YouTube channel so we could attribute them correctly, because we need a lot of this meme magic, especially during these very difficult times. And it's always important to support and endorse your favorite meme maker out there, as, of course, this is the front lines of the larger informational conflict that we are all involved in, that art, expression, satire, and comedy are extremely major potent tools of, as new meme lords are made every day, and they deserve your follow. So yeah, follow @TonyX2, as his representation of the Biden administration definitely makes a lot more sense than what currently is really going on in real life. As, of course, Biden supporters, there are not that many of them. The few that are out there are a little wacky, a little strange, as a lot of people aren't willing to say that they actually support the current president of the United States. And that could be because now microplastics are found in human testicles. Yes, there was a recent study done with about 1,000 individuals, which found that nearly every one of them had microplastics inside of their testicles, bringing a new meaning to the feminized soy boys out there that now have plastic balls, literally. As PFAs, forever chemicals, and microplastics are our current day lead and asbestos, according to some scientists, as it's found everywhere, especially in plastic water bottles, plastic cutting boards, plastic food covering, polyester furniture, seafood, clothing items, you name it, they got it. And now it's inside of your balls if you're a guy or a modern-day liberal woman. This, as CBS News is also finally coming around and saying that fluoride has been linked to child behavioral problems in pregnant women from a newly released study by the University of Southern California. As, of course, we've been telling you about fluoride for about 20 years. 20 plus years. And this is just us. Other people have been talking about it way longer. And finally, now the conspiracy theorists have been proven right again on a major biological issue that has affected a lot of people's health that could have been saved if only we listened to the dissenting voices in our society. This as RFK Jr., one of the few individuals that has actually spoken out against a lot of these larger chemical and biological problems that we face, has now officially came out with a plan to give black farmers $5 billion in reparations. It's like, okay, yeah, he was right on this, he was right on this, he was right on this, and then he just kind of takes a big old dump on critical thinking, analysis, and doing the sane, rational thing by saying, hey, we'll just print more money and just give it to more people, based off heavily manipulated events in our history for the majority of people that weren't even a part of it. This, as the average American is struggling more and more because the government literally just printed money out of thin air under the Republican presidential administration and the Democratic presidential administration that just seemed to keep doing the same things. As recently, we got a price index of major popular consumer foods from 2019 to 2024, and a lot of food item prices went up 100%, 200%, highlighting the cost of average meals that are going up dramatically under the Build Back Better Bidenomics, where woke virtue signaling politics and corporate policy is more important than, actually doing good things and having products that actually work, as highlighted by Boeing, another very woke company whose airplanes are having more and more difficulties making their way around the world, as highlighted by the latest incident in which 30 people were injured and one person passed away after a Boeing plane just started to dramatically descend in the middle of their flight. But hey, at least now Nestle is launching an entire food line targeting Ozempic users who don't want to go for walks, use the gym, or diet. So yeah, there's that news. And as the price of everything goes up, Luke Unfiltered memberships actually went down. We used to have them for $15. Now they're available for $8. And you should sign up because we do some really cool things, including giving you the ability to save a crap ton of money on future events and conferences, as we have given out a lot of free tickets to a lot of events that I participate in. I'm going to be at the Bitcoin conference coming up very soon in Nashville, Tennessee. You guys get free tickets just by being members. We're also doing a nature hike this upcoming Sunday in Washington, D.C., Sunday late morning. Yes, you heard that correctly. We're going for a nature hike. We're going to be touching grass. We're going to be going outside. All this just for members of LukeUnfiltered.com. So if you haven't signed up yet, it's just $8 a month. The price hasn't gone up. Your support for our independent media organization is more crucial than ever, and that's why we're going out of our way, giving you anything and everything we can towards helping you become the best, strongest version of yourself. As today, we also have an exclusive video just for members, specifically centered around how to mind hack yourself to work hard to achieve the goals that you want in life. Again, click the link right now in the description, sign up, and I will see you there right afterwards with a special walk and talk broadcast just available for members of LukeUnfiltered.com. This, as the situation in the world becomes a little bit more drastic by the day, as we have just received breaking news that Russia is announcing a start of nuclear weapons drills near Ukraine. This, as there have been many prominent American neoconservative leaders calling for Ukraine to attack inside of Russian territory, something that they have already done and something that some people want more of. As the Estonian Prime Minister just came out and talked about how she wants to break up Russia, something that, of course, would absolutely destabilize the region, create a huge vacuum of power, as seen perfectly represented by what happened inside of Iraq, with a larger tumultuous, destructive situation that has led to absolutely huge, tremendous suffering. If the same thing would have happened in Russia, it would have happened 100 times more viciously. As today, Volodymyr Zelensky is asking the United States and NATO to send them weapons quicker. This, as the Russians have been advancing on Ukrainian territory in the north of the country. As today actually marks the day that Zelensky should have officially ended his term as president of Ukraine. But because elections have been postponed, because martial law has been enacted, his term has been extended indefinitely until this larger proxy conflict ends. And as one leader refuses to step down, another one has. Someone that a lot of people say has been a lot more influential, a lot more prominent than presidents and kingmakers, and that, of course, is the head of the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab, that just announced that he is stepping back from his executive post at the World Economic Forum, a leadership thought organization that has successfully infiltrated many Western governments and implemented extreme far leftist policies within them that have wreaked havoc on the people and the population, as a lot of powerful elites and multinational corporations were allowed to have their way with them through a lot of these globalistic-like policies that destroyed their privacy, their rights, and their financial future. Now, Klaus Schwab bowing out, stepping down here, is a significant major act that deserves to be talked about in a lot of context here. As, of course, this is the front man. This is the lead guy. This is the main representative figure of the Great Reset, of the Build Back Better schemes of you will own nothing, have no privacy, and you will be happier than ever. This is the guy that represents the front of this major globalistic organization that has set policies all throughout the world. Now, the question is, why is he stepping down? Is he stepping down because he sees on the horizon a larger recall against a lot of these globalist policies that have backfired? Is he stepping down because his job is done? Is he stepping down because he's been too prominent of a figure that literally looks like an evil villain? Or is he just stepping down because of old age, as he is 86 years old? And there have been many reports of him having heart attacks and other heart issues. This is now he will officially transition from the executive chairman to the chairman of the board of trustees, as he has not yet named a successor, as currently the executive board has taken leadership and full executive responsibilities for this larger policy setting organization. Now, even though he's moving into a less prominent role, it's also important to note here that Klaus Schwab, who of course practiced, learned, and was under the careful, watchful eye of Henry Kissinger, has managed the organization for over 50 plus years. The organization was previously known as the European Management Forum, and last year they have brought in over $500 million as a, quote, non-profit organization. This has now the Norwegian foreign minister, who probably also is a Bilderberg member, looks to succeed him, as he is also a member of the World Economic Forum. Some people say Christine Lagarde, another Bilderberg member, might take over, or Mark Binoff, or Peter Manure, and whoever does take over this larger central role of the World Economic Forum will highlight the larger kind of more strategic push for more globalization, more central control, and more woke leftist policies that, of course, have, in my opinion, absolutely hijacked Western governments and their policy initiatives that have absolutely been implementing policies only favorable to the ruling elites, who literally brag about creating a new world order. Now, from just doing a little bit of research, it does look like Boreg Brendi, who is a steering committee member of the Bilderberg Group meeting and already has a very prominent position at the World Economic Forum, will probably be the larger successor of Mr. Klaus Schwab, as he has all the notable credentials in order to achieve this, and he does look like a Bond villain, which is perfect for the job here. So yeah, this guy, another literal frickin' diehard looking like evil villain who literally called for a new world order, probably will be the larger successor for Klaus Schwab. As I want to leave the question to you, is this larger transition and shift in power representing old age and someone just kind of stepping back from being too popular, for being too much of a central figure, or is this a larger kind of clear sign of the end of Davos-style elitism that is being recalled, pushed back by many populist new leaders in our current political sphere that are, of course, campaigning against it, with a potential Donald Trump victory here inside of the United States? Is that a compelling argument for a larger pushback against these policies, or are they just getting started? What do you think is going on here? Let's start that conversation down below in the comment section. As, of course, I wanted to thank you guys for being a part of this independent media broadcast. One more video coming your way on lukeunfiltered.com. Come out to the nature hike. It's awesome to see people. It's awesome to meet people. It's awesome to network and grow with people. One of the people that came out to the meetups that we were doing here in Miami literally helped me build and upgrade this studio to where it is today. As you can see, the studio is being upgraded. Liza Turner, a trainer, an amazing human being, helped us out. We're just getting started here. We're building, we're growing, we're expanding, we're working together. That could be you, just by simply signing up and communicating with us right now on lukeunfiltered.com. We're just getting started with the amazing things that we want to accomplish here as an independent media organization. You're a part of it, and I will see you on the flip side on our own membership website right now. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys signing up, and this is why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on youtube.com/wearechange.